Alrighty, this is our discussion two.
We're starting. All right. Discussion number two. Here we go. We're going to start off with talking about the two main characters' progression and how they have changed throughout the book. Personally, I don't think Lenny has changed that much, other than like he's getting more comfortable around the boys, and he's still timid and pretty scared of most things. And George, I think he's a bit intimidated by all the boys. He just, I just think he is. Just the way that he acts in the book. And I didn't speak up. Jesus Christ. Max, what do you think about this?
I think you're right about Lenny. I think he's adapting to his new workspace and Slim. He had a few run-ins with Curly, but I do think that probably will happen again. I think in order to have like a twist to this book, that needs to happen again. And then also George. I think you're right about him not like fitting in as much as Lenny because everybody likes the kooky one in the group, so
Yeah,
and I think that's Lenny, but I don't know. Yeah, I think that you kind of hit the nail on the head.
yeah. I think we can make him a real life connection with him being the kooky one of the group, and everybody likes him. He's a good guy.
Sure.
I mean, it's not here today, but
What do
yeah,
you think?
respect that.
What do you think, Willie?
I think old George has learned to live with Lenny being around him more and dealing with him and his kookiness.
Yeah, he definitely has adjusted.
Question.
How is the rest of the story going to be panning out for these characters?
I'm still waiting for the tides turning and Lenny ending up in the brush because I really think that's how this book's gonna end.
In the brush.
Yeah. You remember?
Because of
It's
what?
the royal, yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Because of
Lenny does
his
not
run-in
think-
with what was the town called? Weed.
Reed. I think it's completely possible.
I think in order to have a great twist to this book, something like more of an arc to this book is that has to happen. It's kind of just
But we don't want static, complete work the whole time.
yeah. I think that it's kind of building up to it. I think that they're just working in the characters right now, getting a background of each and how each character reacts to Lenny and George being there. And I can't wait for what's going to happen next. Willie?
So you think they're going to be on the run?
I don't know.
Something
about that.
really.
I don't think that anymore because we're getting too far in.
I think maybe the plot twist could be, it could be like Lenny and George getting into a fight about something,
Ooh.
Oh,
I
Lenny
like-
and George.
like a physical.
And then Lenny
Like-
kills George.
No, Lenny
Oh.
doesn't kill George. Lenny and George just have a falling out for a bit.
And then it's like one of those best
And then
friends stories.
Lenny can't. And then neither one of them can go without the other one.
One of the best friends stories where they're fighting for a little bit and find each other.
They always come back.
Mr. Man.
You know, like Madagascar.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, there's a connection.
Another connection. Great movie connection right there.
You watch it. Yeah, it's a nice question. Has Lenny progressed at all with people, like the way he acts around them at all? Do you guys think that he has? And how has he?
Like Lenny's got better.
Yeah, around people.
Make sure you speak up.
Has Lenny progressed at all with the way he is around people? And if not, do you think that he's going to?
I think that he has made good friends there. I think he was really shy at first because obviously he didn't want to upset George with him talking and like making a mess of things like in Weed
Yeah.
or the other workplaces they had been. But yeah, I think that Lenny has really grown as a character, and I think he will continue to grow. and hopefully something big happens with his character development.
And it's a,
Well, I think Lenny's grown a little bit, but I think more of it's they found people that can deal with Lenny. They don't have to worry too bad about
Right.
them causing problems with him.
more people that like one for who he is, and how amazing he is, man. Do you guys think that Curly's wife is so into other guys because she's not getting the attention from Curly? I personally think so.
I don't know.
What's the
It's
point?
just flirty.
Uh,
That's just how she is.
You're a flirtatious person.
Not me. No, not anymore.
Do you think she's gonna get too close to Lenny and he's gonna do something stupid?
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I can't say
it'll definitely cause some problems.
yeah, there's gonna be some problems somewhere. Hopefully nothing too against the law because that would be very bad for Larry. And you have to go to the brush and hide, wait for George to watch. I'm gonna hit you guys with a quote. Boy. Slim reached up and turned on the electric light. The cone shade threw its brightness straight downwards. And this is an example of personification because light cannot literally be thrown downwards. It's just traveling speed of light towards something. You can't throw what? Must be a wizard or something.
Who did that slip?
You just turn on light. Yeah. It's just an example of personification.
Yeah, I definitely think the figurative language in this book and the personification used in this quote is really helped out the story. I really like the descriptiveness of the entire book so far. I think it is in such a small book. It really captures like the surrounding or helps you visualize what's actually happening.
Shows you the time period, the type of work that they're doing with the barley and stuff like that, and being around the boys living in like a little like barn house type of thing. And so you don't really see that much anymore, unless if you're living in a farmhouse with your whole family out on the ranch.
Yeah, it really captures the whole thing about it being in the early 1900s,
Yeah,
right? 'Cause that's when this man's made the book. So, I mean, it probably was a lot easier for him to, I mean, obviously capture what it was like because he was born in that area. But still think it's a very good read.
oh, yeah.
Great. Got any questions, really?
I was gonna hit you with a quote here. This is from one of our newer characters, Crooks, and it's because I'm black. They play cards in there, but I can't play because I'm black. And this explains the whole civil rights kind of thing in the story. And it's said by Crooks. The story's only black character so far, right? And he's explaining to Lenny about racism and how Crooks is separated from everyone else and isn't allowed to associate with others because he's black. And I was gonna give you a question after that. And do you think Lenny is racist? And if so, do you think he is on purpose?
I do not think that Lenny is racist. I think that the only reason he is offensive to Crooks is because everybody else is. Because I mean, it's the early 1900s, and they're not. I mean, the civil rights movement hasn't happened. It won't happen for a couple 60 years. Yeah,
Black people were accepted, yeah.
yeah,
They were by law,
but yeah.
Not society.
Not society. That's good.
Yeah, that just shows how Lenny is so easily swayed by other people and societal pressure, and how he'll basically go with the group because he really doesn't have to. He doesn't really think for himself sometimes.
He doesn't want to upset George or the other guys. He wants to fit in, so he does what they do.
upset the boys.
Yeah.
All he wants to do is be a normal boy, but what's the point of being normal? That just gets boring. Everybody's the same. Question.
I got a question. Do you think that the secondary characters are going to have a bigger impact in this story? Like Crooks, Curly, Curly's wife, and Slim,
I think
and the
it's
boss,
possible.
I guess. Say again?
I think it's possible. I think that's where the story is going to go, with some sort of conflict happening.
I think.
Secondary characters. Yeah.
So I said earlier how I think Lenny and George are going to have a falling out. I think Crooks will kind of come in and have a lot more to do with the story because when Lenny and George have this falling out, if it happens, I think Crooks and Lenny will become very good friends, and Lenny will kind of use Crooks as a way out of not feeling so sad about not being with George anymore. Yeah.
I think that if there is going to be a fight, I think that Slim is going to be one of the guys who really intervenes, who tries to get it in between of whoever's fighting, and almost guarantee it's between Lenny and somebody else.
Yeah. He seems like the instigator, most likely. He's trying to make everything worse in the situation.
I don't think he's trying, but I mean, he just does.
Respect your opinion.
You better.
I've already asked on the question.
You got another question you want to ask, Max?
Okay, another one. Getting to the end of the book, are the workers going to rebel, or is it just the two main characters? So, do you think that like they're going to start a rebellion because of something? Say, Curly kills Crooks.
Okay.
It pisses off Lenny.
Yep.
Excuse me for my language. It ticks him off.
Well, I don't think that'll happen, but if it were to happen, I believe all of them would not just
Because
two
I
characters.
think that the workers that were already there have gotten or have a good connection with everybody, and I don't think they think of Crooks as trash. I think they're just naturally taught to be racist to him,
Yeah.
and I think that they kind of do see him as their own, but it's like a senior or group of seniors, and then there's one freshman in there.
That was like insane.
You done?
I just had something.
Do you want to do you think that they're gonna rebel, or do you think it's just two main characters?
I don't think they will, but if they were to,
I think that
all of them would.
the main group is going to rebel, and Lenny's going to go with the main group because he just wants to fit in with everybody, and George is going to get mad at that, and that's going to be a falling
out. Oh, nice.
Alright, I got another quote with another question after this. It's another one from Crooks. It says, "You go on, get out of my room. I ain't wanted in the bunkhouse, and you ain't wanted in my room." It's Crooks talking to Lenny, and he says this to Lenny because Crooks, because he's black, he's not allowed in the bunkhouse, and Lenny is not allowed in his room just because they won't allow him in the bunkhouse, so he feels as if he shouldn't welcome Lenny, and he also talks to him about how this kind of makes him sad because he's not allowed in the bunkhouse or allowed to hang out with him. So my other question is, we don't know that much about Crooks yet, but do you think it could be possible that in the future, because Crooks is treated so poorly by everyone, that maybe he could become sad or depressed, and that might be part of the story where Lenny has to make him feel better and comfort him.
I think Lenny's a teddy bear deep down.
I think that could be a definite possibility. But right now, I think what we've read so far is story development, character development. It's kind of in the rising action right now. It hasn't gotten to the climax yet.
The building up is taking quite long, if I do say so myself. I like more action, but It's not bad. It's a good book.
It could be like Avengers Endgame.
Oh, that was
Build up took 2 hours.
Yeah.
And a 1 hour fight. Could
Yeah,
It's another movie connection, eh?
Movie connection, buddy.
It's good. So, what do you think? Is that good?
That's pretty good. I asked all my questions.
Now we got to revise, so don't stop that. Remember? All right. Discussion over. We're gonna start the. What was it called? What was it called?
Revision?
Yeah, the revision.
I don't think she. But we just talk about a discussion what we could have done better.
I definitely think we did way better
I-
first time.
I think everybody talked a pretty equal amount. I think everybody had their fair share and different questions.
Everybody answered.
Everybody had a rebuttal to do. Was there a main thing about last time what we needed to fix? Make sure everybody talked.
Yeah.
I think everybody did do that, and I think if Goon was here, he
Yeah,
would have
everybody
talked.
got to hear it. It's-
I think he would have had his
Yeah,
fair
it
share to
would've
say
been alright.
too. Yeah. But I think that we really improved, and I think
in that
that
part. We still need to get better questions, honestly. That deeper discussion.
deeper questions. Yeah, I do think so too. Some really like complex questions, right? That really get your brain thinking. I think these are like on a scale of 1 to 10. I think these are a 5, but they could be much higher.
Oh yeah.
And I think that if we really sit down to think of, like, I don't know, like not just, what do you think of how these characters are developing? Something,
Yeah.
you know, something a lot deeper, like, I don't know. Just deeper questions. Yeah, I agree with that, though.
Yeah. We need to make sure our quotes are good too, because Will was doing really good on the quotes generating questions as well, and having other questions as well.
Yeah, you guys agree with me?
Thank you.
I just wish Goon would have been here because
Yeah,
we
that
would
would've
have had a
added,
way
like,
deeper discussion.
4 or 5 minutes more.
I think
He would say.
Logan was really interested in the book, and I think that he would have really provided some pretty good questions on how the book's going so far. So, I mean, I do like the book, but I think Goon is really taking an interest in it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not a huge book guy.
I like watching
Stuff
stuff.
that though.
Um,
I like the new character of Crooks. That's a little bit more
Depth, new character.
interest. Not a
New-
character. I feel like he'll be a main character, but don't know that.
Alrighty, is that good for revision?
Yep.
Look, I think that we just need to work on our time management as well. Because we came here, we were all writing our questions because we
Yeah.
forgot to do them. We need to get our time management down as well. There's always room for improvement, no matter what it is.
Always room for
Good. It definitely working on time management would be key.
yeah.
Making sure we set aside like playing a video game or watching a movie to sit down and write our questions, write good, solid questions, deeper questions.
I feel like we all definitely read more of the book this time though than
Yeah.
last time because I did not read much of anything last time. But this time I feel as if we all knew more what we were talking about than we had to talk about it.
Alrighty. Is it good?
There's none.